Microsoft and NVIDIA think that their new groundbreaking chip technology could change laptops forever. And getting hands-on with it at Computex 2026, they might not be wrong. This is the brand new Microsoft Surface laptop, built entirely around NVIDIA's new RTX Spark chip. For those of you who don't know, think Apple Silicon, M1, M2, but designed around local AI and for Windows. NVIDIA claims a 20-core CPU with RTX 5070 laptop graphics and up to 120 gigabytes of unified memory in a single 140-watt chip. That's the sales pitch, the polished promise NVIDIA is really known for. But I'm actually excited for this. I saw it at Computex for the first time, got a hands-on experience, and while there's a lot of secrecy around it, what I can say is that I'm actually really excited for this. Let's start with the laptop itself. Microsoft built this machine around two priorities: cooling and user experience. Because realistically, cramming a 140-watt AI workstation into an ultra-thin laptop is going to generate a lot of heat, right? To deal with that, Microsoft designed a motherboard with cutouts specifically to make room for the biggest fans they've ever used in a Surface laptop. Now, this alone sounds like a big red flag, another loud Windows laptop, except for what I saw, it's surprisingly cool and quiet, especially there where your hands touch and your legs touch. What impressed me the most wasn't the cooling though, it wasn't even the AI, it was the repairability. To get inside, you remove 4 screws hidden underneath the rubber feet. Once you're in, there's QR codes that link directly to a repair guide, and every component is labeled with how many screws it uses and what screwdriver you'll need. Thank you, Microsoft. Really. It's such a small thing, but it shows a level of attention to detail that other companies ignore or won't allow. The same goes for the rest of the design. The hot air blows out the back, away from you. The ports are carefully spaced. Even the haptic trackpad matches the aspect ratio of the mini LED touchscreen, because it just makes sense. It feels like a laptop designed by people who actually use laptops and know what this thing is going to cost. But let's not talk about that, because the most interesting and expensive part is still the chip. I can't talk about performance numbers yet, but I walked out of the demos feeling impressed. They were showing multi-camera, 4K 10-bit editing, local AI agent helping developers debug code, and massive Unreal Engine scenes being manipulated in real time. All of this while actually still being able to use your machine while this happens in the background. And for once, it didn't feel entirely like a smoke and mirrors effect. Is it better than a MacBook? I genuinely don't know yet. But from what I've seen, it feels like real competition. Not just another Windows laptop trying to feel premium, and it's something that's really been built different. Of course, we're still dealing with Windows, so this could still be a Windows Phone type of situation, but Microsoft is apparently redesigning parts of Windows around this new generational hardware. But I do think it's going to take some time before we get that seamless MacBook experience that everybody wants. To be fair, a lot of major ARM problems have already been fixed, which is great. Software compatibility is better. Emulation doesn't eat performance, and even anti-cheat support is actually a thing now. Microsoft promised that they're working with all of these big anti-cheat companies to make it happen. They're also talking about hardware-specific Windows updates instead of those one-size-fits-all approaches we've been living with for years. Now, if this is true, it could fix a lot of reliability issues, but it is still early. It's very early. So take everything with a pinch of salt, or maybe a spoon of salt, because this is still NVIDIA we're talking about. I am still optimistic though. For years, laptops have basically been the same thing with slightly better specs every generation. This feels different. Maybe NVIDIA is over-promising, the price might actually also kill it, maybe early adopters will ruin the experience, but for the first time I walked away from a laptop demo feeling like I've seen what comes next. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait until August to get our actual hands-on experience and test the chip for real. I'll see you in that video. This was Stefan from Computex, spending the money, sometimes wasting it so you don't have to. Check you in the next one. Cheers, bye.